Geminis, hi, welcome to this channel. This is your August reading. Let's see what's coming through for you. You can use this for your sun, moon, and rising sign. And if you want to book a personal reading, my email is in the description box below. Send me an email. Okay. So this will be a Celtic cross. I will show you the cards. So in August, we will be in Leo season. Leo season begins on the 22nd of this month. I am reading on 17th. And today Mercury went retrograde. Okay, so in the center of the reading you have Chariot, Ace of Swords, and subconscious you have Empress. Lovely energy, amazing. And in the past, Magician. Who? Magician is ruled by your sign actually, so you are here as well. And conscious position you have Five of Swords. For the immediate future you have Five of Cups. And advice for the month of August is Four of Swords, Gemini. Sleep. Lovers, of course. Lovers is also ruled by your sign. Opportunities for the month of August, Death card. So a lot of major arcana cards coming through for you. And final outcome card is Seven of Pentacles. And Knight of Swords is on the back of the deck. What I am seeing is a battlefield, and it's kind of strange because in the subconscious you have Empress card. Empress is a card, is all about your stability, something to do, yeah, home, home relationships. Okay, so let's break this down and see what's what's coming through. So Knight of Swords is a card of this energy has to do with rushing. Okay, so be careful on the roads before I forget, because this is where looks like you are getting a ticket, and yeah, this is also a ticket. Okay, so you just want to be careful not to rush. And this also may show up in other ways, like if you are working on something important, you pay attention to the details, because if you are rushing through things you might make some mistakes and then you will have to go back and fix things. And so yeah, so slow movement, that's the advice card for August. Okay, Four of Swords here is slowing down. However, this is what's coming through. So that's the challenge. Okay, this is opposite energies. This is where the mind is calm and you are in receptive mode. You are allowing things to unfold. You are letting things be. This is surrender, where you are not struggling with anything. You are not trying to change or fix anything. You are just in acceptance, whatever the case may be. It could be something to do with expectations here. It could be the way you want certain things, how you want certain things to be, people, situations, life in general, things like that. So this is where you are like, okay, it is what it is, and I'm not going to struggle with it anymore, and I'm just going to let things be. Peace, calm, and yeah, so that's nice. However, this is exactly the opposite, Gemini. This is where you are in a rush. So it could be mind. Okay, it doesn't have to be you physically rushing through things. It could be a fast, speedy mind. So by that, what I mean is just be aware of how you are feeling. This is like a racing thoughts, so that sense of restlessness, that you have to do something, you have to change something, you have to, like, as if there is a deadline and you can't wait to get started on something, things like that. Or it could be, even if there is no deadline, when it comes to your daily task and responsibilities, you might find yourself like speeding up, as if there is something important waiting for you on the other side. Something like that. So Gemini, just be aware. On the other hand, this is also, so when if you find yourself doing that, you might also forget something. You might forget something, so you don't want to miss important details, important information, and also what's happening in the present moment. Maybe something amazing is happening in this present moment, and if you are rushing through things, you won't see it, you won't notice it, you won't be able to appreciate it, and you won't be able to receive it. So it could be a beautiful day, it could be I don't know, something whatever it is that you are coming across. Yeah, what I want to say is, you don't want to miss anything, something beautiful, something amazing, something magical that is happening in this present moment. So slowing down is important, and going through your day in a calm, peaceful way is important, so you can enjoy your day, enjoy your experiences. On the other hand, it could be something else, like for instance, maybe somebody needs you, someone needs your help with something, so you have to then leave everything and to be on their side, to be by their side, help them with things. And also the decisions you are making. So you have Ace of Swords in the center of the reading, so you want to make sure the decisions you are making now is your own decision. If somebody is asking you to just do something, just before you blindly follow people's suggestions, their advices, their go by their opinions, expectations, things like that, it's important to pause and take a moment to clarify your own thoughts, understand if this is going to work out for you, if this is best for you, what is right for you. Okay, so you want to think in those terms to make sure that you are not wasting your time and energy on something that may not even be good for you. So that is something to be mindful of, because here in the center of the reading you have Chariot. Chariot has to do with opposing ideas. It could be people's expectations, their opinions, things like that. So different personalities. It could be a roommate situation, it could be personal relationships, it could be workmates, things like that. So yeah, do not get distracted. This is also, looks like you are upset here, and this is the energy of, this is a monthly reading. Okay, you don't want to go through the entire month of August this way. So by the way, you have Four of Wands underneath, so that's nice. So Chariot's energy is reminding you, this is a card of self-control, and this is in the center of the reading. Okay, so by that, what I mean is being in control of your own emotions. This also may have something to do with opposing ideas in your own mind. It could be that maybe there are certain things you want to do, but a part of you is pulling you back. It's because you see the entire picture, you know how this is going to pan out, so you don't even want to, like, so you are, even though it would be, maybe it feels good, however you know how it's going to pan out, so you are holding yourself back, so something is holding you back. So this could be again, ideas in your own mind, your own beliefs, conflicting thoughts. So again, what I want to say is listening to your own intuition is important. This is mind and the heart. We don't want to listen to our mind, because our mind comes up with several stories, and mind makes us believe like a lot of things, and we don't want to believe these stories and make decisions and act on, take action. This is your intellect, Gemini. Intellect is above the mind. Intellect is the witness that oversees everything that is happening within us, our thoughts, our emotions, and our intellect is here and thoughts and emotions are here. So intellect is what watches over like everything, the story, the the bigger picture is what this is about. So this is where you are seeing the bigger picture, you so yeah, so that's nice because this is in the center of the reading and this is covering it. So you are not, so this tells me that um, you are not getting distracted, even though you are aware of your own what's you are coming across, but you are not letting it happen. So this is clarity of thoughts. This is a strong, clear mind and yeah, clear thinking. Um, on the other hand, magician and ace of swords, similar energies. So this is where manifestation is happening, and four of swords is manifestation. This is blessings, and here you have lovers, which is beautiful, lovely energy. It's in the environment. Okay, so something amazing is happening in the environment. It could be the people you are with now. You are attracting uh, people who share your ideas, like-minded people. It's people who you can be, yeah, people you can talk to, people who understand you. Um, People who makes you feel like you belong. So healthy relationships is what I want to say. So yeah, manifestations, Gemini. So, and then in the subconscious you have Empress, another card of manifestation. So that this is very strong manifestation energy. This is you being clear in your mind about what you want, and then you are taking action. So, and yes, even though there is like some kind of push and pull, but this is where you are rising above those internal conflicts, internal challenges, and moving forward with clarity and purpose. So this could be happening in a particular area of your life. It could be something to do with friendships, relationships, job situation, your health. So you are, whatever it is that you want to do, this is where you are clear. Yes, this is what I want, and then you are going for it. And magician is reminding you that you have everything you need. So it could be help. Yes, of course, that's exactly what I'm saying, because this is in the environment. So whatever it is that you need to accomplish this goal is there, is present. Okay, so it could be help, it could be support, it could be resources, time, knowing, awareness, knowledge, whatever it is that you, skills, gifts, talents, whatever it is that you need, whatever it is that is required, you have it. So how amazing is that? Lovely energy, very powerful. And ace of swords is a card of self empowerment. Okay, this is, when I said empowerment, what I mean is this is where you are not, you are taking things in your own hands. You are taking ownership, you are taking responsibility. So it could be you taking responsibility for your own life and uh, doing whatever it is that you want to do in life. On the other hand, it could be a particular area of your life. This is where you are taking initiative and moving things forward. Okay, yeah, so this is where you are feeling a little bit stuck. However, with this, that is going away now. So obstacles are going away, Geminis. So when I said obstacles, it could be internal blocks, creative blocks, or it could be something that you are coming across in your external. All right, so Mercury retrograde is ending on the 11th of August. So I'm reading on 17th. Today is when it's officially going retrograde, but it will go direct on the 11th of August, and maybe that's when things will start moving forward. or it could be happening before that. uh, who knows, right? I mean, it's all about our own perspectives. So what I'm seeing here is something to do with perspectives, a shift in perspective, because this is where there is what I'm seeing is a little bit confusion, but this is clarity. So the journey, I always say, so journey from confusion to clarity is just one thought away. This actually came to me when I was taking a morning walk and I was kind of confused. So whenever I am in my mind and when I am confused about something, I go for a walk. And at that time, I think I was in between jobs or something. So I had all the time in the world. And so in the morning, I went for a walk because I was confused about something. And when I was coming back, I immediately realized certain things. And it was just like it was an aha moment. I was like, um, what the heck, where did it come from? And it just changed everything for me. And I was like, oh my God. So that's something like that is what's happening for you here. And that's when I realized, journey from confusion to clarity is just one thought away, because everything was the way it was. And nothing changed in my external. What changed was my own perception about something, and it changed everything for me. And so conflicts exist in our own mind. So this energy has to do with conflicts. This also has to do with conflicts. So when I said conflicts, it may have something to do with your environment, the people you are interacting with, or it could be internal um, ideas, thoughts that you are coming across. So whatever the case may be, conflicts exist in our own mind, and it can only be resolved in the mind. It cannot be Conflicts cannot be resolved in the external, outside. It has to We have to solve it within ourselves first. So, and then the external conflicts will disappear. So this is, I think Carl Jung said that. So this is from Carl Jung. It's not from me. Okay, I'm not going to take credit for it. So that's what I'm seeing here: a shift in perspectives, clarity. So from confusion, you are moving to clarity. Amazing. On the other hand, there is communication, Gemini. Chariot energy has to do with Cancer. It could be that Cancer is in your chart or you are interacting with a Cancer. Taurus energy is also coming through here. And Death card is Scorpio. So you have all these, and Magician and Lovers, both are Gemini you. So yeah, so this is, yeah, if this has something to do with a relationship or something, this is communication. It could be that you are having a conversation. However, looks like either it's not going well, it's not sitting well with you, whatever this is, because in the conscious position, ego position, you have Five of Swords, which has to do with the ego, by the way. And so be aware of mind taking over. Again, mind and intellect, different things, intuition, intellect and intuition. So this is where you are coming from, that place of me versus you, me versus the entire world kind of a thing. So yeah, this is competition. This is being competitive, like getting ahead. On the other hand, yeah, some kind of some like conflicts also. This can go both ways, Geminis. On the one hand, this is, yes, you are right, my dear. Both these cards has to do with right. So this tells me that whatever it is that you are coming across, you are right, but what we need to understand is, what we need to check with ourselves is, do we want to be right or do we want to be kind? And this is what the energy is reminding you. This is your advice card for the month of August, and the advice here is to let go, surrender the need to be right, surrender the need to prove something, to someone or yourself, maybe self expectations, whatever the case may be, let go, Gemini. So that's what the energy is. Okay, so what is it that you want to let go of? We all are going through different things in life, different we are at different places in our spiritual journey, right? So I'm not sure what you are coming across. So the card is reminding you, surrender, accept, let go. So now this is something you want to sit with to understand what this means for you. Okay, yes, conflict. So that, what is it that I was talking about here again? Yeah, some conversation that you are having with someone, communication. So looks like it's not sitting well with you, because you are right and they are wrong. And you want to give them a piece of your mind. This is where you are fighting for justice, fighting for fairness, being you, yeah, are things something like that, Gemini. Okay, so it could be a valid something that, it could be that you are dealing with a vendor, it could be dealing with a customer service, or it could be that when it comes to some contracts and agreements that you are signing, maybe it's not fair, whatever it is, that's the terms and conditions and whatever they are asking you to agree with, maybe you are not agreeing with it, so when it comes to those things, yes, you are, this is where you are standing up for what you believe is right. If something is wrong, unethical, this is where you are speaking up, and you are not signing, is what I am saying, and this is also where you are saying no to things, meaning this is you walking away when if something is not helpful, if something is not right. This is where you are being straightforward, and being assertive and communicating your thoughts, your opinions, your expectations very clearly here. You are loud and clear. And yes, it may not sit well with some people, but not sure, like it may have some situation that you are coming across, or it could, or yeah, so it all depends upon what the situation demands, Gemini. In some cases, just know what the situation demands from you. Do you want to fight, or do you want to just let go? It all depends upon where you are, who you are with, what is happening, and what the situation demands, things like that. So no advice, because not sure what you are coming across. Here, yeah, this is where some disagreements are happening and it looks like you are upset, and but this is where you are dealing with it. And yes, something to do with a loss. Yes, you might have to, because of whatever is happening. The death card is also here. With this, what I am getting is something to do with the relationships. You are letting go of people, places, things, goals that you have outgrown, and it may not go well with others, but it is what it is. And acceptance, and even you may not, and it could be that maybe even you don't want to let go, even you want things to be the way it has always been, but it just doesn't resonate anymore, maybe. And it's like you don't want to betray yourself. Yeah, this is where you are being honest with yourself. This is truthfulness, where you are coming from. You are accepting the truth, that something just doesn't resonate anymore, even though it's sad, but it is what it is. And yeah, so it's a process, Gemini. Whatever it is that you are coming across, it's a process. And yeah, this is where you are being brave, being courageous, you are being straightforward, you are letting go. And yes, What I'm seeing is grieving the loss of something, someone. Again, it could be past memories. Um, Maybe you are a different person now. You don't want the same things anymore. Maybe you have different interest. You are looking for something else, you know. So yeah. So on the other hand, when it comes to yeah, because we are talking about life. What I want to say is this is also where some cleanup needs to happen. I mean, when I said cleanup, it's not like, we can, if it has something to do with past memories, we are, what I want to remind you is, I'm sure you already know, but just a reminder, we are always, growing, evolving, because of our experiences. Our experiences taught us something, and because of everything that we went through, now wherever we are um, a different, maybe you are a different person, so be that you are grieving the loss of a part of you. And the death card is reminding you there is a transformation happening. It could be, for some of you, it could be internal transformation, meaning your thoughts, your beliefs, your perceptions, your ideas going through a change. Or it could be external, something to do with relationships. It could be work related, even though I don't see that energy, but what I'm seeing is strong relationship energy. So yeah, and it could also be your relationship with yourself, Gemini. This, it could be that you are seeing yourself differently, your potential, what is possible for you. So yes, death is a transformation, a rebirth moment, and a blessing in disguise. A certain things may not feel comfortable, pleasant, but this is also leading to some meaningful changes are happening. So a new beginning is what I'm seeing. This is ending and this is beginning. Lovers is in the environment, Geminis. This is where you have to make a choice. A new path is showing up for you. Yes, a new path. So this is where, this is a turning point, and you also have Wheel of Chariot. Did I say Wheel of Fortune? No, you don't have Wheel of Fortune here. So yeah, a turning point where you have to now make a decision. And maybe it could be that you have been sitting on fence, and now this is the month where you are making that decision. So a turning point. On the other hand, the card is in the environment. It could be someone you are connecting with today. Sorry, not today. This month. Or it could be, you joining a group. It could also be community, you collaborating with others, partnerships, things like that. Okay, so what I'm seeing here is, yeah, working together, collaborative efforts, building something together, harmonious energy is what this is about. And then in the subconscious, you have Empress. This is where you are coming from, or it could be someone you are dealing with, that's yeah, someone you are interacting with. So Empress in the subconscious is all about comfort and self-care. So that's the place where you are coming from. And this is also the card of abundance and prosperity, home. So it could be that maybe you are coming across a new opportunity. It could be a work from home opportunity for some of you, or it could be you are spending a lot of time. It could be that you are taking a break and going on a vacation and spending time with family and friends, or it could be, you making time every single day for self-care, and yeah, things like that. On the other hand, Empress is also maternal energy. It may have something to do with with someone in your life, or it could be you feeling that energy, you being your own parent, Gemini, taking care of yourself, or it could be you taking care of someone. It could be people in your life, people you love. On the other hand, Empress energy is where this has to do with growth, meaning whatever it is that you are, this is you single-mindedly focusing on something. So you are focusing on what you want to grow, so, and that is happening. And if you are, yes, you are focusing on what you want to grow. However, at the same time, you also want to make sure that you are not forcing, fixing, struggling, anything like that, because this is your advice card. The card is reminding you, just allow things to unfold. You did everything that you had to. This is harvest season, Gemini. You did everything that you had to. Now is the time when you want to sit back and let things unfold. There is nothing you need to do now. This is where you have to just allow things to unfold. Okay, so your interference is not needed, is what I want to say. Okay, so here, if you are fighting for someone, then the card is reminding you maybe there is no need, maybe they can take care of things themselves. So yes, this is a card of empowerment, meaning when it comes to it could be something to do with our close relationships. The card is reminding you, instead of doing sometimes we need, it could be teammates, it could be people you work with, it could be people you love, it could be happening in your professional life or your personal life. Sometimes the tendency is to do everything by ourselves, so and we make things easier for someone. That's okay, I mean, guilty as charged. But I just want to be kind to myself, gentle, and not being so critical. So that's exactly what I'm telling you as well, that is okay. However, sometimes we also need to understand that people are fully capable of taking care of their business. When it's about leadership, is all about empowering someone to be independent and take care of things themselves. If we are always there, if we are always taking care of things, then they will never learn. Even though we love them, we want things to be we want to make things easier for them, but we at the same time we also want them to fly. If we don't let them, push them out of the nest, then they will never learn to fly. So that is something like that is coming through. So since Empress is all about like maternal energy, this is about protection, like feeling protective towards someone. Or it could also be something, may have something to do with a project you are working on, something that's very close to your heart, a cause that's close to your heart. This also has something to do with the environment, you practicing environmentalism, something to do with nature, climate, fighting for a cause maybe here. So community work. But when it comes to other things, yes, if you find yourself feeling overly protective, then know how you can stay a little bit detached, and that's exactly what the advice card is. And maybe the energy is reminding you, maybe they don't need protection. Maybe they can do things themselves. Maybe sometimes what we need to do is give them the space and give them the space so they can figure things out themselves. And it's also about I have something just I was going to say something and then I totally forgot. All right, so Yeah, empowerment. So empowering yourself, it could be you taking things in your own hands, taking initiative, making your own decisions, and taking action. On the other hand, it could also be um, someone, someone you are with, family, it could be teammates, things like that. So Ace of Swords here is also a card of teaching, speaking, writing, a creative project, Geminis. So Empress is all about creativity. It could be that you are working on something and you are keeping it to yourself, and this is where you are announcing. It could be that you were secretly working on a book or something, just an example. Maybe for you it could be something else. Yeah, and this is where it's ready now and you are announcing. On the other hand, for some it also has to do with pregnancy, childbirth. It could be yeah, if it's not you, it could be someone. Announcement is what this energy is about, announcing. On the other hand, when it comes to relationships, what I'm seeing is this is, it could either be you taking your relationship to the next level. For some this could also be a proposal, something like that. On the other hand, it could be parting ways, okay, going your own separate ways. Something to do with legal, like something to do with settlement, legalities, legal matters is also coming through. It could also be buying, selling, something to do with property here, land, property, inheritance. Empress is a card of money coming in, something to do with your financial growth. Again, it could be you taking a new position, or it could be buying, selling, something like that. On the other hand, contracts and agreements. Empress is home. So it could be that you are buying, investing in a home, starting a family, moving in together. So some major developments here, because you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 major arcana cards. All right, so 5 of Cups here is like, just be aware of where the focus is, what's happening in the mind. And again, so that yes, it's okay to feel in a certain way. All emotions are needed, our emotions are messengers. It reminds us, they are only there to make us aware of certain things. Their job is not to hurt us or harm us in any way. Emotions are only messengers, and they want to make us aware of certain things, so this is where you are, the focus is on either on the past, what's gone, what's lacking, what's missing. In the meantime, something amazing is happening here with 2 of Cups, and that's what I'm seeing here with the Lovers as well. This is happening in the environment, and looks like you are not aware of it. Okay, this is where you are just doing your own thing, oblivious of what's happening around you, Gemini, and something amazing. It could be love. Are you available? Are you receiving the love that is already present in your life? Looks like you are not even aware. So I don't know what this is all about. Again, it could be relationships, friendships. It could be your pets. Love comes in many forms. And this is where the energy is reminding you, stay open to the love that is already present in your life. Stay open to the love that is available for you. Okay. So it could be spiritual love, Gemini. Lovers, meaning it could be something to do with nature, what you are surrounded with. It could be a beautiful sunny day, it could be flowers blooming, it could be you seeing children playing, it could be a nice song. This is love, you know and it's magical. um, so that's what the energy is reminding you. So there, yeah. So stay open to love. Yes, that doesn't mean ignore your own emotions. This is about creating space for all emotions. It could be love, it could be sadness. Both can coexist in our heart at the same time. We don't always have to be like jumping up and down with happiness and laughter, right? We can also be like all human emotion. It's about honoring our own human nature. We are here to experience life in its fullest, in its entirety, and life is not just about happiness. Life is also about other things. Yes, sometimes we are angry, sometimes we are frustrated, sometimes we are happy, sometimes we are in that energy of love. So yeah, so this is where you are keeping an open mind, and the energy is also reminding you to keep an open heart. Yeah, that's the energy you are moving into. So creating space for everything in our heart is important. On the other hand, with the Empress in the subconscious, what I'm also getting is you are it. So these conflicts, what I'm seeing here, may not even be yours in the first place, Gemini. It could be something else, someone else, and you are taking on other struggles. I don't know. I'm not going to say much about it, so just know what this is all about. So for some, it could be community work or something like that. You fighting for a cause. Yeah. This is the month when you are cleaning up. So it could be cleaning up your space, your workspace, your home, and creating that space for something new. So yeah, for some of you, it could be that you are going through a transition. It could be that you are in between jobs, in between relationships. It could be life transitions, the internal transformations. So again, self-care is extremely important, and being more aware of what you are coming across is important. So so you don't let these emotions overwhelm you. It's about seeing the bigger picture, creating some kind of balance. For instance, if you are feeling sad about something, then it's also important to know what are the blessings of the present moment. Wherever you are, whoever you are with, whatever it is that you are doing, this is about being aware of all your blessings as well. So both sides, so seeing both sides is important, so you can maintain that balance. Again, just be aware of a speedy mind, because you don't want to make any mistakes, um, especially if it's something important. Also, like I told you about, being careful on the roads. On the other hand, it could also be a project you are working on. It could also be decisions, so yes, it's important to clarify your own thought. That's exactly what you are doing here, but you have this, so that's the reason why I'm reminding you again. It's important to clarify your own thoughts, know what the expectations are, know what is it that you truly want. Sometimes it feels like we want something, but maybe when we think about it, we will realize that no, this is not what I want something else. That kind of energy. So yeah, so it's important to give it some space, some time to really understand what you want before you take action, because you don't want to make any, I mean, I was going to say make any mistakes, but then our mistakes also leads to something beautiful. you know from a spiritual perspective, if you look at things, if we look at our own experiences, sometimes mistakes, actually sometimes what we consider as, what we perceive as mistakes, something that help you move in the right direction. Does that make sense? I'm not getting the right word. So yeah, mistakes are also, it has to do with our own perceptions, what we perceive as our failure, mistakes, all these things have something to do with our own perceptions. Maybe there is no right or wrong paths, maybe there are no mistakes, there are no failures, only experiences. So it has something to do with our own perception about perspectives about what success mean for us, what happiness mean for us, things like that sometimes. And also sometimes we have to question our own beliefs. Where did this belief come from? Is it our own, or is it something that picked up from society, from teachers, from parents, from people around, from culture, things like that. So sometimes we have to ask ourselves, what does happiness mean for me? What does success mean for me? What are my beliefs around relationships, things like that, and where did these beliefs come from? Death here is, like I said, a transformation. This is where it could be that you are asking yourself questions, Geminis, and this is where you are letting go of something that you have outgrown. This is a rebirth moment. It could be you letting go of old way of doing things, beliefs. It could be relocation for some of you, changing homes and things like that. Yeah, or it could be uh, internal changes. Yes, you are ending the month with Seven of Pentacles, and yes, so it feels like certain, this has something to do with expectations. So this is where you are not. What I want to say is, on the one hand, what I want to say is, this is where you are not happy with the way things are going. It could be that maybe they are not going the way you had expected, but on the other hand, what I want to say is, growth is happening. Yes, it's a bit slow, but it's there. Whatever it is that you are working on, it's growing. So keep the faith and keep going is what I want to say. On the other hand, this is where you are still pursuing, Gemini. You are still, you have already accomplished things, whatever this is harvest season. So this is uh, you accomplishing something. It could be personal accomplishment, it could be professional accomplishment, and this is where you are on a new path again, and you are pursuing something again, which is what our life is all about. Yeah, so for some of you, like I said, it could be a new project that you are taking up, it could be starting a new relationship, you moving into a new place, or it could be you making some lifestyle changes, pursuing something. It could be a creative project for some of you. And this is where you are pausing. You are pausing to reflect on your journey, how far you have come, where you are now, what you have accomplished. And this is where you are practicing gratitude. You are looking around and noticing things, appreciating things, gratitude. And that's exactly what this is, the advice card for the month. And that's what's happening. So this is prayer, meditation, This is also dreams, Gemini. So pay attention to your intuition, what you are coming across, signs, synchronicities, messages you are receiving in dreams. You might want to write it down. Yeah, you are writing. You are making sure that you are jotting down everything. So that's nice. Yeah. And yes, you are receiving some blessings here. A sudden realization is also what this energy is. I'm not sure how you are going to um, so it could be either in your dreams, it could be when you are doing something mundane. You might receive a sudden realization, a revelation, an aha moment. Things are changing, Gemini, uh, and looks like you are ready for the changes. Yeah, this is also the month where you are asked to focus on your feminine nature. Okay, this is masculine energy coming through, and this is feminine. So what I'm seeing is this is in your subconscious and this is in your conscious position. Okay, so that's the conflict I'm seeing, because you are feeling in a certain way but you are doing something else. So conflicts. um, it could also be the way you are presenting yourself. Maybe you are um, this person, but you are presenting yourself in a different way. So that can lead to some confusion in people's mind. They would be like, who is this person after all? Kind of energy. So, how can we integrate? So, this is something I think about. If it feels like this is like separation, feeling disintegrated, feelings that sense of separation from everything and everybody, but that is not who you are. This is about wholeness. This is very grounded energy. This is Mother Earth. This has to do with patience, love, things like that. So but this is how you are appearing, like this is how you are presenting yourself to the world. So where is this disconnect coming from? Chariot. So again, we can complain about the environment. This is the reason why I am behaving this way, but that is not true. Truth is, it's an inside story. Internal, it has to do with our inner world. And so instead of judging ourselves, instead of being hard on ourselves, what the energy is reminding you is, what is the solution here? Solution, how can you integrate these two parts that are now separated? Lovers, this is a union, this is a coming together. This is mind body spirit, the holy union. So, and that's what I'm seeing here, transformation. So a rebirth moment. So this is where the integration is happening. The heart and the intellect, the two the opposites are coming together. So when I said opposites, opposites are part of the whole. Light and dark is part of the whole. They are inseparable. So sometimes we reject the dark, we reject the negative, and we label them as toxic, this and that, because we don't accept them, within ourselves. That's what the shadow is all about. A part of us that is hidden deep in our subconscious that silently influences our choices, our decisions. But yeah, we without our knowing. So that's what I'm seeing here. Wow. So this is where that union is happening again, and this is whole. Could be I don't know, Gemini, what you are coming across from a spiritual perspective. I am seeing things from a spiritual perspective. So it could be your energy, something that you are experiencing now. So for some, this is integration, this is a coming together, and this is clarity, this is being aware of your own purpose. And if in your external, this could mean staying more organized, being clear about things, and letting go of what has served its purpose, moving forward, making decisions, things like that. Whew. All right. Oh my God, it's already 1 hour. So what's happening in August in the sky? So in August, we will be in the energy of star. No wonder death card showed up. So this has to do with release. Star energy also has to do with release. Okay, and star also has to do with balance. That's exactly what I was talking about all this time, balance. So yeah, and star also has to do with intuition, clarity, your north star, your direction in your life, your purpose in your life, and coming from that space of authenticity, and letting rid of the superficial. Okay, so star, yes. And star energy also has to do with manifestation, and manifestation energy is coming through very strongly for you guys. Yeah, there is an opportunity. For some, it could be a blessing in a disguise kind of energy, death card. It could be, this is the birth of your own manifestation, Gemini. meaning it could be that you have been secretly hoping and wishing for something. Maybe even you are not aware of what it is that you are wishing for. And then something is happening, a block is being released, so you can move forward, move towards whatever it is that you are wishing for, which is similar to the star energy. This is going away. The sunrise here has to do with a new morning. So the dark is going away now. Again, I'm not saying that in a negative way. Dark is also needed, because dark help us find that clarity, So yeah, this is growth, meaning, when we, this is you sowing seeds. So when we sow seeds, it has to be inside the earth, right? In the dark. The growth happens in the dark. Be it, this is, for some, it may have something to do with pregnancy, something like that. Even with that, whether it's sowing seeds or whether something to do with childbirth, the growth happens in the dark. By that, what I also mean is clarity appears after the struggle, so our struggle help us understand ourselves better, our experiences better, and it help us understand what is it that we want, and things like that. So it help us clarify our own thoughts. So on the 6th of August, Mars enters Libra. Now Mars is the ruling planet of Aries, and Mars is a planet of drive, action, aggression, and it's in the sign of Libra, and Libra is a relationship, has to do with relationships. So yeah, something, Empress is ruled by Venus, and this is also Libra energy, or it could be Taurus, because both signs are ruled by Venus. And yeah, lovers has to do with the relationships, karmic relationships, and what I'm seeing is positive karma. So Mars is again very, this is what Mars energy is. This is very action oriented, and in the sign, it's moving into Libra, which means taking action, something to do with, again, something to do with relationships, taking initiatives in that department. On the other hand, on the 9th of August, full moon in Aquarius is happening, and full moon is all about completion, things coming to a full circle. And this is also the time when we also receive new information. Our intuition is also strong during the full moon time, and this is where you are coming across some new information. Yeah, it could be through your own intuition, or it could be through an external source. And then Mars in Libra opposes Saturn and Neptune in Aries. Yes, that's the personality clash. Okay, so that's why this is happening, Gemini. So just be aware of this energy. Know what is happening around 9th. Okay, so yeah, if something is so it's all about just being aware of what's happening, and then having that presence of mind is important, so you can pause, reflect, and then respond properly, so you are not, so there are no mess for you to clean up later on, so taking that pause is important. Yes, 11th of August, Mercury is direct. Yay! So Mercury direct means forward momentum. Okay, so that is when communication is going to open up, and we will come across some new information and things like that. Misunderstandings will disappear, and if there is anything at all, that will also help us sit together and figure out things and find solutions. And this is where you are righting a wrong. You are making something right here. So it could be, if there have been something, it could be a conversation you are having with someone, or it could be taking action, making something right. Saturn, okay, on the 11th of August is also when Saturn sextiles Uranus. Now that's amazing energy. Saturn and Uranus energy is amazing, is powerful, because Saturn, this is Saturn. Death is ruled by Saturn, and this is Saturn is a tough taskmaster. Saturn is a disciplinarian, So, and Uranus is revolutionary. Uranus is all about unconventional thinking, and that's what this energy is. So Gemini, this is your energy again. So you are everywhere here. So this is, you are in your element. So what I'm seeing here is, since this is a sextile, Saturn and Uranus, this is where you are receiving some revolutionary ideas, out of the box thinking, and this is where you are challenging the status quo, and this is where you are bringing down things in order to rebuild something more powerful. So you are taking some bold action. You are being brave and courageous, taking risk, and making some powerful decisions here. So a shake-up is what I'm seeing here. Amazing, powerful. And yeah, that's happening around 11th of August. So yes, Saturn is supporting that energy, so that's amazing. And then on the 22nd of August, we will move into Virgo season. From Leo, we will move into Virgo. And Virgo energy has to do with groundedness. Virgo is practical, is earth sign, So this has to do with being practical about things, taking some practical actions and moving towards our goals. And yeah, this is also the time when we will be inspired and motivated to stay more organized. It could be making a list, making plans. It could be every day, or it could be making future plans, and also something to do with health. We will focus more on our health, eating right, sleeping well, things like that. Yeah. So a shift is happening, energetic shift. And that is also when Pluto sextiles Saturn and Neptune. This is all about consciousness, my goodness. So that's what's coming through here for you, Gemini. So this is exactly what's happening in the sky, and that's what's coming through for you. So this is a new consciousness, meaning new developments, new changes, new awareness, new realizations, new revelations, and aha moment, and that is helping you make decisions and move forward. And on the 25th, Venus is moving into the sign of Leo. This is again amazing energy. Venus loves to be in Leo, and this is Venus. And Leo energy is all about, it's childlike energy, is about Leo is about self-expression, authenticity, and Leo is also about taking initiatives and leadership energy, doing what needs to be done. And Venus is all about love, and that's what I'm seeing here, lovers. So this is where that proposal is coming through. If you are yeah, so this is where you are making announcements, this is taking action, something to do with, again, relationships in that department, okay? On the other hand, then Uranus sextiles Neptune. This is all about, again, staying open to. Uranus is, again, has to do with being inventive, being coming up with new way of doing things. And Neptune is very like dreams. Neptune has to do with our dreams, So this is all about staying open to exploring new way of doing things, being more inventive, being creative, and coming up with new ways of expressing ourselves. It could be creative expression, it could be the way we are doing our life, yeah. Yes, so that's what's happening in the sky. Now let's see what's coming through on the oracle cards. Spirit, please give us a message for Geminis. What do they need to know? What do they need to be aware of? Travel is coming through with the death card. It looks like it's going to be a little bit difficult, or it could be that you don't want to go on that trip, but you have to. Again, what I'm seeing is a blessing in disguise. Could be unpleasant, something unpleasant, but is paving the way for something. Maybe that will help you form new connections, meet new people. So it also, this the death card here also has to do with a decision that has already been made. And here, what the energy, this is where there is, looks like there is nothing you can do about it. This is where the energy is reminding you to accept things as they are. Things happen for a reason. It could be what's happening in the world right now. It could be your organization, maybe there are some changes happening there, or it could be something to do with relationships, partnerships, things like that. So this is either you are making the decision, or with this it feels like maybe this is somebody else's decision and you just have to go with it, is what I want to say, is what the card is reminding you. Yes, it's a little bit disappointing, it's sad, but again, like, things happen for a reason, and that's the reason why this card came through, to remind you, see the bigger picture. Everything happens for a reason. Yeah, for some, this is also a relocation. It could be that you are changing homes. You are coming out of your comfort zone. This is where you are in your comfort zone. And this is where life is pushing you out of your comfort zone, because life knows what your potentials are, Gemini. So, yeah, it could be, in your professional life, this may look, yeah, this can play out in different ways. It could be you experimenting with things, learning something new, trying new way of doing things. It could be networking, meetings, speaking, writing, things like that. So you are asked to come out of your comfort zone and try something new, try something different there. And if you resist these changes, if you we can either go through it kicking and screaming, resisting, and if that is the path we are choosing, then it will be a little bit difficult, it will be challenging. But if we are just if we just decide to go through it in a calm way, knowing that this too is taking me to something amazing, then it will be easy for us. So that's what the advice card is. So advice is, do not resist these changes, just let things be. Flow with these changes. Seven of Pentacles may have something to do with your finance. This is where it could be that bills are piling up, Gemini. It could be that you are it's something to do with buying, selling, things like that. So in August, be aware, maybe you will have to come up with a budget and stick to the budget, maybe, if that is possible. So you don't have to worry about, paying those bills. Yeah, this month the energy is reminding you to focus on your feminine nature. By that, what I mean is, feminine nature is all about nurturing, caring, and focusing on what we want to grow. It meaning it could be something that's important for us. So that's what the energy is also reminding you. And it may have something to do with home, family, your own loving nature, receptivity, allowing things to unfold, asking for help whenever you need it, and letting people help you with things like that. All right, so Geminis, your message is ample with contentment. So that's exactly what I was talking about, feminine nature. So this is where you are content, you are in acceptance, you are not struggling, fixing, changing. This is self-care for some of you. This is the pause that is needed this month. So let me read this out to you. Number 9. Number 9 is the Hermit card in Tarot. And Hermit has to do with a pause. By the way, Hermit is also about our own judgment. Our, the way we perceive and understand things, and self-doubts, things like that. A pause is like, it's important, like when, so know while you are resting what's happening, what's going on in the mind while you are resting. Are you thinking about all the mistakes that happened during the day, or something you could have done in a different way? What somebody did, what somebody said, things like that. So just be aware while you are resting what's happening. So that is also important. So resting the mind is important, Gemini. It's not necessarily about resting the body, it's about the mind. So when our body is at rest but the mind is like overactive, then we won't feel it. The body won't feel it. There will be like a disconnect, a struggle, and we will still feel tired even though we had spent like the last few hours on the bed. So yeah, it's all about resting the mind, and whenever we are aware of what's going on in the mind, it's about then shifting the thoughts and shifting the energy. Okay, now let's see what's coming through. Let me read this out to you. So waiting rather than acting is going to be most advantageous now. I told you, my dear. So with Knight of Swords, this is fast action, and some information. It could either, again, it could be either your energy, Gemini, or it could be somebody else. Okay, so, or it could be both of you. I don't know. So yeah, it feels like, some certain things are missing now. So the information is not complete. So you might want to wait for the clarity to appear. It could be through a conversation, or it could be waiting for, doing your research, gathering some information, asking the right questions, connecting with the right people, things like that. Trust your waiting rather than acting is going to be the most advantageous now. Trust your gut feelings or your sensitivity to give you information about your current situation. Let go of any doubts or uncertainties, as they are only going to cause you to become off balance. You may want some personal time to clear your thoughts. Things are coming to fruition. So trust that you only need to be present for this to unfold in the most positive manner. By allowing things to flow to you, you will enable yourself to become clearer about your decisions and your goals. While you might be feeling tired and wanting to give up, this card is about having faith and hanging in there. Have the patience to just allow. Take a step back and trust that the spiritual guidance you need is right there, ready and willing to assist you. Seahorses are considered mild mannered and sedate creatures which are happy to roam the oceans. Their tiny stature is structured for sauntering. They do not travel at speed. They truly emanate the energy of patience and happiness. Seahorses are content where they are and do not hurry when making changes. The seahorse will wrap its tail around a piece of coral or some other structure to resist a strong current. They remind you to hold tight and bide your time if you find yourself being rushed or overwhelmed. Can you believe it? It totally goes with the cards. So that's the magic of tarot cards, my dear. So something that someone out there needed to hear. So Knight of Swords has to do with speed, and this is your advice card, and that's exactly what came through on the message as well. So there is this temptation, as if the sky is falling and you have to do something about it. There is, and here with Empress card, I told you, this is about having patience and resisting that temptation somehow, So that's the challenge this month, Gemini. So how can you not let the distractions take you to places where you don't want to go, So yeah, it may have something to do with the opportunities you are coming across. It could be relationships. It could be a job situation where you just want to give up and where you are looking for new possibilities and new jobs, things like that. Or it could be that you want to move to a change homes and things like that. So whatever it is that you are coming across, maybe sit with it, sleep on it, and listen to your own gut feeling, listen to your own intuition, pray, meditate, and ask for guidance. And clarity will come. This is clarity, this is your intellect speaking, you connecting with your own intuition. So, all right, Gemini, that's what I have for you. I hope this was helpful. Remember to watch the moon and the rising sign as well. And I hope you have a smooth month ahead. Please take good care of yourself, and I will see you in the next reading. Bye bye.